When we enter the end period of a year, usually we get a lot of broker estimates that basically defend what is called the carry trade. The carry trade basically assumes that there's going to be a very weak US dollar and that will finance stronger emerging market equities and European equities, that is going to support more and stronger commodity prices, and that is going to also lead risky assets to the more cyclical side of the spectrum. All of that sounds okay, basically predicated on what? On the idea that the Federal Reserve is going to continue to be extremely accommodative and that the United States government is going to continue to increase the deficits. That is absolutely correct. What is the problem of the trade? The trade is predicated on that without remembering that the rest of the central banks and governments are actually doing exactly the same. Is that the European Union is also massively increasing money supply and debt, that the European Central Bank balance sheet is now 61% of the GDP of the Eurozone, whilst it's the Federal Reserve one is only 34% of the United States one, and that the idea that the rest of the central banks of the world, the Chinese central bank, Japanese central bank, the emerging market central banks, are not going to do what they're actually doing, which is increasing money supply and massively exacerbating their imbalances in the next few years. We're already seeing how debt denominated in dollars is rising to all-time highs, and that should also show us a sign that global demand for dollars is rising. So we need to be extremely prudent about the carry trade, because it assumes that central banks all over the world are not going to follow or even do more aggressive policies than the Fed. That is wrong. And it assumes that global growth and that improvement in the economy is going to be much stronger in the rest of the world than in the United States. Very, very careful about the carry trade, because it's a very typical trap that we see at the end of one year, and then it unwinds as the next year progresses. Thank you very much.